Cody, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, brother. How about you? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Awesome, man. How we feeling today?
Good, good.
Awesome. So tell me a little about yourself, dude. Like, what's your story? Where are we at? Where do we want to be? What's our goals?
Um, I spent I guess most of my life kind of fucking up. I well for since I was 16, I've been an alcoholic and just kind of doing every drug under the sun. And 3 years ago, I'm at 2.5 years as of March 11th, clean and sober. And I actually this Wednesday will be 6 weeks without cigarettes as well. And that one's been really hard to kick. And I've just kind of been trying to figure out me and my who I am. I've had a lot of setbacks, a lot of like I put myself in really bad situations that I didn't need to, and so now I'm just trying to fix everything, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So what do you do like outside of that? Like, obviously you're improving yourself. You've made a lot of changes. What do we do full time for work? What do we do? What's that look like?
Right now I work about 12, 13 hours a week. I just do 1 hour classes at the gym that I work at. And then I used to have quite a few PT clients, but a lot of them had to go out of town for work. And so I only have 3 of my clients at the moment. And so between the group classes that I do and the one-on-one PT sessions, that's where I make most of my money. And then my neighbors pay me to do odd jobs here and there. But I really I need something that's going to get me ahead, because I've done all the whatever 9 to 5 type, job you can name. I've done pretty much all of them, and hated pretty much all of them. And so I need something that's going to be able to get me ahead and get me to be able to kind of pay back my mom and my sister for how much they've helped me. That's really my main goal. I'm not really, I don't know. I don't have high needs for myself. I feel like I need to give back to, and this is, something, seeing 10K a month and like stuff that was getting put on the advertisement and stuff. I was like, shit, I'm a personal trainer. I am good at fitness stuff. And so if I could do that and make that kind of money, let's do it.
Yeah. What do you feel like 10K would do for you?
Put me way ahead. Way ahead. I've never even seen 10K, if I'm being honest.
What are we currently bringing in a month right now?
Shit, less than $1,000. Like 800 or so. Yeah, I don't work full time at the moment. The addiction and stuff put a lot of setbacks on me. And so I did full-time tree work. My last full-time job was I was cutting trees for a few years, and it was nice, good money, but 16 hours a day. I couldn't do anything to further, anything that I wanted to. I was just able to pay for bills and booze, I suppose.
So it sounds like we're looking for something that's more efficient with our time, more flexible, but an opportunity to provide some financial stability so we can actually get ahead versus just being paycheck to paycheck. Is that correct?
Right on the nose, man. Yeah.
Perfect. 100%. Now, you mentioned that you're working at a gym. What gym are you currently at?
It's called Soulfire Fitness. It's a local gym here in Eureka, California. And yeah, I just do like small group classes, like less than 15 people. And for the most part, the owner writes the workouts. I'll do the free classes. I write down the workouts for the free classes. We have a lot of fun with those. But for the most part, it's just watching form, making sure, people aren't throwing their backs out and destroying their rotator cuffs, that type of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. You have any certifications with that job, or what's that?
Yeah, I'm certified through Bergener, level 1 weightlifting.
Okay, cool. If you see me looking down, I'm old school. I'm just writing notes.
That's awesome.
Okay, cool, man. Now, as far as the biggest challenge to get this thing going, like what would that look like for you?
Honestly, direction. I've been directionless most of my entire existence. So I'm just trying to, if I could have somewhere to kind of put my focus, and like if I had a, step by step, if you do this, and then kind of, it's hard to, sorry, words are escaping me at the moment, but yeah, if I just had direction, and if I was able to kind of be put in the kind of guided in the direction of where I need to go, I think I have I know I have the mental capacity to do it, and I'm getting the drive to get up and just win. That's what I want to do, man. I just want to win,
Yeah, so it sounds like you're looking for someone to really keep you accountable, someone to kind of make sure that we're following the right processes and the right systems to set you up for long-term success. Really, essentially, just a game plan. If you had a game plan laid out for you that's been proven track record of success, you feel like you'd be in a good spot, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I say all the time, like, life doesn't have a manual. You don't get an instruction manual to, do this stuff.
I love that, man. Now, as far as like an issue, I know what you need to thrive and to succeed. What do you feel like, or do you foresee as your biggest challenge to like get going? Is it like lead generation? Is this first steps? What does this look like for you?
Lead generation. Yeah, I'm very, I have a habit of falling into like social awkwardness sometimes. So that's something that I've been trying to get over. In the classes, doing in-person classes have helped me a lot with that. And I mean, honestly, sobriety helped me out a lot with not being socially awkward. And just having the confidence to talk to people,
So it sounds like, yeah, like enhancing your communication skills and how to nurture leads and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love the fact that you put yourself in an uncomfortable position by doing group classes, because it forces you to have to interact with individuals, right? And provide that level of excitement and personality, right?
Absolutely.
Cool, man. Now, what are some steps? Now, I know that you're sober, which congratulations. That's awesome, man. So hats out to you. I have a lot of buddies that have went through some similar circumstances, so that's not an easy road to get past. So
I appreciate that.
Really proud of you on that. But outside of that and getting certified and really making a conscious effort to change your life, what else have you tried to like move this in the right direction of becoming an online coach?
This is the first step. I never really thought that, I didn't know that was an option, to be honest. I didn't know online coaching was a thing. I didn't know there was people making money as online coaches. This is a door that I didn't even know was a door. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. This is my first step, I would say.
I love it, man. Cool. Awesome. Now to give you some context behind this, industry averages for online training on the very low end per individual, $250 on the low end per month, all the way up to $500 per month on the upper end. Okay. So let's just say you're certified, you're feeling confident, your communication skills are getting up there. Let's just say you're charged on the upwards into like $400 on average. Okay. Especially in California. Okay. So think about that. If you had 25 clients, that would get you 10K a month right there. And you have a whole world to pull from, right? So now that you know what the averages are, where would you like to see yourself initially get to? And then what would you want to make best case scenario?
Oh man, if I could get over, if I could do $1,000 a week would be a really good start for me. I was making about that doing tree work, but that was 14, 16 hours a day. And if I was able to do that with the flexibility and, scope of time that I would have with online coaching, if I was able to make it to that milestone, that would be a massive step for me.
Yeah. Now, as far as you being with the gym, how long have you been doing the personal training thing so far?
Since January.
Very cool, man. I love that. So what was that aha moment for you when you're like, you know what? Fuck this 9 to 5. I know I want to coach people. I know this is where I belong at. What moment was that for you?
Well, the fuck the 9 to 5 moment was I got COVID. I got COVID and my boss couldn't pay me for like a month or two. And I was just way behind on stuff. And we had a bit of a falling out. And so I was like, I just can't do this anymore. I got to go look for something else. And I've always loved working out. I've always loved fitness, and I've always loved helping people as well. That's a huge thing for me is just, helping people, giving them encouraging words and helping to, motivate and inspire. And my mom's friend owned the gym that I work at now. And I went and did a couple classes there. And then she asked me if I had ever thought about it. And I hadn't really. And then once I started, I really kind of fell in love with it. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
That's awesome, man. Now, outside of that, what do you feel like, or let me ask you this, how would you like to see yourself different in the next 4 to 6 months than where you're currently at? How would life look?
Definitely more money in the bank. That's a huge thing. And just being able to, I don't know, provide more than I take, I suppose. And as far as my household, because I live with my mom and my sister, and they do so much for me, and it'd be really nice to be able to get ahead and to a position where I can help them more than they have helped me. Well, help them more than they help me at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. Now, how much of a priority is that for you to make that happen?
I mean, it's huge. That's why we're talking, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Now, how long have you been on this journey of like self-improvement? I know, like you had mentioned right now, 2.5 years sobriety, that's where it started. 6 weeks of quitting smoking. So you're very intentional right now with what your actions, which I love. When has this started becoming to a factor to where you're like, you know what, I know I've seen myself improve, but now I want to create massive impact? How long have we been on that road?
Man, I don't know. There's been ups and downs. It's been, I broke up with my long-term girlfriend back in October. And from there, I've just kind of been trying to put in the work to be the best that I can be. And this is, I guess, the next step in that. So I'm not terribly sure where it started, because when I was a drunk, I was always thinking about like, man, I could be doing better. I'm sick in the morning all the time. I'm always throwing up. My fucking organs are about to shut down. And it's always been in the back of my mind. And I knew I, wanted better, but I never really felt like I deserved better. And now that I'm getting that mental capacity to really go for things, I guess maybe that would be, I can tell you exactly when it was. December 12th of last year, I had a reading with a psychic, and that impacted me a lot, and it helped me out, helped me kind of point me in a direction for self-improvement, I'd say. So yeah, December of last year was definitely a huge, huge marker for that.
Yeah. Now, you just mentioned that you'd want to do some more things with, more financial stability. What other things would you be investing in outside of like your mom, your sister, things of that nature? What else would you be doing? Are you looking to travel more? Do you have hobbies that you really want to get into? What does this look like?
I make music, and I'm also training MMA. I'm trying to get my first fight here in July. And so I've been doing a lot of that, and being able to have time to train, have the money to pay for the gym, for the MMA gym, and being able to have fight clothes, because I'm using outlet store, sweats and stuff when I go train, and it'd be really nice to have some gear to feel good in. That'd be nice. But I guess and investing in more certifications, so I can kind of have more of a stable base, because the Burgeoner was like a $500 class. But that's a certification that I can carry with me everywhere. So that's definitely those are definitely investments that I'd like to put into. I get qualifications and certifications. Those would be a investment, I suppose, that I'd really like to do more of.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about community? Is that something that you really value, or are you more kind of like just do it yourself type of individual? What is that like for you?
I do. I value community, and I also value doing things alone. I think you have to be able to do things alone and face things in solitude to be able to present yourself to the community with integrity. I guess that's how I feel about it. You gotta be okay with yourself before you can truly help others, I think, in a way that's meaningful.
So it sounds like you're really big on independence, but yet you like the fact of the idea of having a community to keep you accountable, keep you encouraged, but also feel supported and share those wins. Is that about right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a little personal. I didn't have a great dad. When he was around, he was pretty abusive. And so he was also my football coach up until high school. And so I had a really hard time trying to be a part of a community, like with the football team, because I'd always hear oh, your dad's so awesome. Your dad's the coolest dude. He's a cool coach, man. It'd be like, I wish he was my dad. And it's like, man, you don't. And so it's really hard to integrate myself into communities like that. And because the example I had for community and support was pretty bad.
Yeah. So it sounds like, we're still working through some past trauma, which, has carved out some of the decisions that we made, but with the right type of community, we can change our perspectives and we can flourish. Sound right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool, man. I think we're in a really solid space, man. I love your story. I really appreciate your transparency on what you're sharing. I think that we could really utilize this for marketing as well, like when you start your coaching, right? Because individuals, yes, they want to know that you're an expert in your field, but people really want to feel like they can resonate with you. And you bring up a lot of pain points that a lot of men are too prideful to even mention, right? So we're talking about sobriety is a huge thing across America, right? Mental, physical abuse is a big thing. Drug abuse, right, is a big thing. And you're a person that's walked through that and came out on the other end. You faced it, right? You challenged it, and then you did something about it and you took action. So you could be someone's hope by seeing your story. This could really generate a lot more clients because they feel like they can trust you. You're going to attract more people that were in a very similar spot, and your testimony is going to inspire a ton of people. So, man, hats off to you. I love where this is going so far. Next,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a high level overview of what we have to offer. Then we're going to actually deep dive into the module so you can see exactly how we're going to get you from 0 to 10K. Cool?
All right, let's do it.
All right, man. Let me know when you can see my screen.
There it is.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We actually got accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A+. We're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. And on the success tier, we're really going to have 2 different areas here. We're going to have the 10K Accelerator. We're going to have Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is great for an individual such as yourself who's got some skin in the game, has a certification, but they're looking to make some noise on the online presence. Okay, so the information this course can get us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months. Now, Mastery Levels for individuals who have been coaching for quite some time, they're hitting 10K a month on a very consistent basis, but their main focal point is to eventually get to 100K per month so they can transition from the coaching aspect and become more of that CEO of their own company, if that makes sense. Okay? As far as the 10K accelerator program goes, it's really broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to get you to do is we got to get you your first couple clients. We can't consider ourselves an actual business without paying clients. So we're going to do that first. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We're going to teach you how to generate leads organically utilizing AI technology to make your time more efficient. And we're going to even develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Okay. Now, on the support side of things, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach the entire duration. This individual's completed both 10K and mastery level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own built off the information in this course. They'll have a customized game plan to call it that individual to review where you want to get to and the most efficient way to get there. Every 2 weeks, you're going to have 30-minute one-on-one coaching calls. Great opportunity to revisit the game plan, make necessary changes, receive feedback, and get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the next couple weeks. The other cool thing about this, you'll also be introduced to a sales coach. This will help you maximize your return of investment, really show you how to communicate with prospects, and again, close down those leads at about a 40% clip or greater. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. So this would go over client objection handling, marketing, lead generation, case studies, mindset issues, you name it, we deep dive into it. And then you'd have 24/5 tech support as well. So outside of those game planning calls and those one-on-one calls, you can text your coach as much as you'd like. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. Now, the cool thing about this is becoming a fitness entrepreneur is exciting. It's dope. It gives flexibility. It gives all those cool things, but it is overwhelming at times. So we've created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls. We do breath work and meditation sessions. We do journaling. We just want to ensure no matter what point you are at business, we want to make sure you're in a good headspace to constantly move forward. Okay. As far as the resources go, you'll have the 10K course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements within your program. We also offer an optional certification at no additional charge. So again, you can feel a little bit more qualified. It's equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. It's an open book test. This could be something that could really help provide additional value to your clients. Okay. Now, here's the secret sauce on how to get you from 0 to 10K. 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. What does that mean? We're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are and what we're about. We're going to utilize very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients right out the gate. Once we have our clients, we're going to set up your back-end administration systems. We're going to make sure you're a legal business. We're also going to figure out what problems we solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll then create our offer and pricing. First 2 phases will be done within that first month to month and a half. The remaining time will be in phase 3, phase 4. So phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you organic marketing strategies utilizing AI technology to, again, maximize your time. We're also going to teach you how to generate leads with the community lead generation method. We use WhatsApp group, and we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creation to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is going to be like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales skills. We're going to have you closing down calls at a 40% clip or greater. We're really going to have a consistent client delivery systems, but we're going to emphasize customer support and client retention to keep people happy for long periods of time and advance them to higher levels of your programming. Any questions on that so far?
It's a lot. I don't know what questions to ask. Yeah, I don't know.
No problem at all, brother. So a lot of this, a lot of the modules that we'll go through will probably answer significant amounts of your questions, but there's a point in time where you're like, hold on, stop, go ahead and just stop me, interrupt me so I can make sure I answer all of your questions. Cool?
Okay.
All right, so there's gonna be a total of 32 modules. Each module is gonna have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. So the overview link and the videos are tutorial style. They'll show you exactly what to do every step of the way. There's zero guesswork, okay? So first thing we want to do to becoming a full-time coach, as mentioned earlier, we're going to utilize very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients right out the gate. Now, the cool thing is the resources we give you, a lot of them are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient, okay? So to give you an example of an overview, right, you could just click on this, okay? This overview module will give you exact step-by-step layout of what this module has, okay? So again, zero guesswork. Now, if you were to click on a video, okay, so let's just pretend you want to figure out how to set the scholarship strategy. You just click on this, okay? So again, very step-by-step, zero guesswork. You'll know exactly what to do at all points and times, okay? Now, second part of this, we're going to move into the 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacity, okay? From there, we're going to move into the 10K roadmap. It's going to be broken down into two phases. What do we need to do just to get to 5K? Remember, our goal first was to get to 4K, but we're going to show you how to get to 5K first. And then from there, what do we need to execute to get from 5 to 10K? So again, step-by-step videos, you'll always know what's expected of you. From there, we move into the lifestyle and mindset module. Based upon your specific goals, we want to create daily routines to ensure you're always headed in that right direction. We're also going to make sure, you know, we're moving past fear of failure, anxiety. Those are all natural, normal feelings, but how can we move past that to ensure we're always moving forward with our business? Okay, so self-doubt, things of that nature as well. From there, we're going to show you the top 10 struggles you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we provided solutions to each and every one of these, okay? So earlier you mentioned, man, I'm not reaching my full potential when you're drinking. We show you how to maximize all these areas, okay? From there, we're going to move into administration systems and Chat GPT. Have you heard of Chat GPT?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Google on steroids, right? High power virtual assistant, right? We're going to show you how to maximize this to really make your time more efficient. Great for setting up content creation ideas, SOPs, workouts, even like even nutrition programming as well. Okay. Then we'll show you how to set up your back-end administration systems, such as Waiver, Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform, and Calendly to book calls. We even have applications you can utilize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot to make it more organized and convenient for your clients.
Okay.
Then we're going to do the same thing for your financial systems. We're actually going to help you set up your LLC. We're going to show you how to get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and what's coming out of your business, how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, business write-offs, things of that nature, okay? Now, the cool thing about this is if you were to file for your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. Now, we're actually partnered with an AI company called Taylor Brands. This takes 2 to 3 minutes. And it's virtually the same cost, but a fraction of the time. So now we can focus on our actual business versus waiting for these things to happen. Target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your very specific goals. From there, we're going to identify your ideal challenge. That means what problem do we solve for individuals? Based upon that, we create our offer and pricing. Is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program? The more that you offer, the more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. That high ticket offer will be established upon your length of terms. So we help with the overall structure of your pricing as well. From there, we're going to move into organic marketing. We're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 14 different pieces of content created out of that 1 hour. So again, convenience, efficiency. We're going to show you how to maximize that. We're also going to show you how to set up your podcast and a YouTube. We want to expand your reach. We want people to know what message you're bringing. And you, my friend, have a great story to tell. So we want to make sure a ton of people are aware of who you are and what you're about. From there, we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So social media is not just randomly posting. It's very specific strategies and resources that we provide at specific times, right? We use data analytics to really track which things are really hitting, which aren't. So we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram related. We'll show you how to market for all things Facebook related, all the way down to the hashtag use. And we'll even show you how to maximize for all things TikTok as well. Okay, step-by-step process for all these. From there, we're going to move into content creation made easy. We're going to introduce you to Canva and Microsoft Designer. This is great editing tools and features. It really makes your page more aesthetically pleasing. It looks it more organized. We want you to think, or your social media is like you're out shopping. You look at a store, something that attracts you to want to go in. We want people to be attracted to your social media. How can we do that, right? Really good for branding and editing as well. From there, we move into the 10K lead generation framework. We believe there's 3 different ways to do this. The first is earned media. I want you to think of this as people coming specifically to you. First, what we're going to do is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm in a meeting. Sorry about that. I had to close the door.
Oh, man, all good, brother. So first what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to set up a WhatsApp group and why it's important, how it's going to benefit you, and who we're going to target, okay? From there, we're going to set up very specific strategies to bring people specifically to you, such as cross-pollination, free resources. The one that I really like to focus on is a scholarship strategy and even call to actions, okay? Now, the opposite end of the spectrum is what we would call conversation to calls. This is basically like outbound marketing or you reaching out to individuals first. We'll give you specific scripts. We're going to give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you exactly where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. And now that we have that WhatsApp set up, we're going to show you how to nurture these relationships, how to make it more like a one-on-one type of conversation. And hopefully these individuals are interacting with people that you already service. So by the time they get to that sales call, they feel like they trust you and there's a much warmer lead. Okay. From there, we're going to move into referral strategy, the easiest way to grow your business. Friends, families, coworkers talking about how amazing you are. We're going to give you different strategies and resources to incentivize people to bring you more referrals without actually having to ask for it. Then we're going to move into the sales overview and fundamentals. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be great at sales. You got to learn to love it. So we're going to show you the secrets behind sales and sales psychology as well. So that way we can set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is what we call a meet and greet. I want you to think of this as like a screening call. It's a 10 to 15 minute phone call to figure out, do you really want to work with this individual and can you actually solve their problems? So we'll give you real-time examples with our coaches. This will set up our closing call. This is where you're trying to lock down that lead, turn them into an actual client. We'll give you specific scripts to utilize. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. We'll teach you financing options. This will be a game changer for your company to get people that normally couldn't afford you to be able to get in the door. Now, again, we'll show you how to lock down that lead once and for all. Once we have that lead locked down, we then want to go back and we want to track everything. How many calls were booked? How many showed? How many closed at what price and length of term? We want to make sure there's predictable data every single month. So we'll give you resources on how to track that efficiently. Objection handling web. What is that? This is the millions different excuses you're going to hear from people as to why they can't start their program. We'll give you over 30 different scenarios that you'll see time and time again. The more we can familiarize ourselves with this, the easier it is on that closing call to really handle those objections and show them why your program is so important to begin. From there, we'll move into the onboarding process, probably the most overlooked area by trainers. This is someone's first 30 days in your program. This will make or break if someone wants to continue to work with you. We need to make sure this is a really special moment. There's no buyer's remorse. This is where standards and expectations are created. And we want to more importantly get like a resource in their hand within that first 24 to 40 hours while you're building out their program. So they feel like they have a trust with you. Okay? From there, client delivery, you know about this. This is the fun stuff, week-to-week process and how you deliver services. But how can we do this more efficiently while using ChatGPT? Again, doing things in half the amount of time, right? Also, no matter how good of a trainer you are or how good of a coach, this is going to happen. Someone's going to ghost you. Someone's going to quit. Someone's not going to listen. Usually when they're doing this, it's because they're missing something. They want to feel like they're a part of a larger community. So we'll teach you how to provide that to them. Some of them want more one-on-one touch points with you. So we'll provide that. Some of them want challenges and some of them want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them. So again, we'll give you resources and strategies to get them to execute at a very higher level than what they currently were. Okay, from there, we're going to move into customer support, the not so fun side of things. What do we do if someone wants to cancel? They want a refund. They want to pause their membership. How do we stop that? How do we mitigate it? How do we track it? Okay. If done correctly, this will lead to a large amount of referrals. From there, we're going to move into retention. We want to keep people for long periods of time. We want to advance the higher levels of our programming. So we'll teach you strategies behind that. And then more importantly, how to track it. Again, predictable data. Quick recap. I want to answer any questions you got. Cool?
Awesome. Yeah. That's a whole lot. This is all completely new to me. So it's like, I don't, This is all super, super new, and I don't know what questions to ask yet. But I'm just trying to absorb everything I can.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll go through that here in a second. All right. So the program itself, 4 months long. You're going to have your customized game planning call with your coach. You're going to have that one-on-one coach the entire time. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have your sales coach in there as well. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, the optional certification if that's something that you want, and also the business course curriculum. Is there anything at all you feel like we're missing?
No, I mean, this is a lot.
Yep, and it is, right? Because think about that. When you're running a business from start to finish, we're no longer taking payments through Venmo or Cash App. We're trying to do this thing like professionalized, right? So
Yeah.
we're literally setting you up to where you're an actual legal company. So no longer do you have to work for a gym and get paid pennies. You can actually start building your own dreams, right? And creating your own impact, right? So obviously, when you're running a business, there's a lot of things to consider. And that's why we had kind of an all-inclusive program to make sure we guide you step by step to make this fail-proof. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
Cool. So Alec, now that you've kind of seen everything, does this check all the boxes you were looking for from a program?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more than I thought was available. Honestly, it's awesome. I'm trying to take it all in. It's very outside my comfort zone, very outside anything I've ever really dipped my toes into. So I'm want to try my best.
Yeah, so you're in the same boat with a lot of individuals. You know why it's so uncomfortable? Because no longer are you allowing someone else to dictate your future. You're taking action, doing it yourself, right? So when you can't blame, and I'm not saying you are, but when individuals can't blame an employer as to why they're not getting a raise, what you put in is what you get out here, right? So it's scary because now we don't have the protection of being able to say, well, I didn't get the raise because I didn't the hours I was looking for. This literally is determined upon the level of execution you have, right? So the great thing about this is this program is you execute as you go. So you don't just read through the program and then execute. You're building your business while you're learning. And more importantly, you're having multiple people helping you build that business through that community. You mentioned community is really important to you to have that level of accountability and to have that game plan. I want you to think of that course as the exact game plan that lays out all the answers for you. All you have to do is just follow the steps and then you'll be successful, right? If you can dictate anywhere between 10 to 20 hours per week, you're in a really good spot. Do you feel like you could dictate that amount?
Oh yeah.
Perfect, man. Perfect. What other questions do you have right now that comes off the top of your head?
Oh man. I guess, man, I don't even know. I've never branched out on my own like this before. I've never tried to, I've never taken things as far as my at the scope of my financials and my income. I've never really tried to take control of it like this before. So I have no idea what to even ask.
Right. So if you're feeling excitement, but also anxiety and scared and being scared, that's a normal feeling. You should be fucking scared, right? Like this is the big deal. You're making legitimately, you're just not making like a job change. You're making a life change by going this route, right? So no longer does someone dictate what you do, when you can pee and when you can take time off. You dictate all that, right? You had mentioned earlier, you knew for a fact you tried all the 9-to-5s. They just weren't cutting it for you. You didn't feel fulfilled. Now we're in a situation where you have that flexibility you're looking for. You can work from anywhere, right? This is an area, I don't know if you have to hear about it, but we have a 3 times your investment guarantee. I think I might have sent you that text. Did you get that picture?
Yeah.
So we're literally stating, this is cool. We're literally saying you'll 3 times what you put in guaranteed, or you get a 100% money back refund. Now, in order for that to happen, you just got to attend your game planning call. Pretty standard, right? You have to attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. one group support call each week. If you're going to do the optional certification, you can't spend longer than 2 weeks. Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days. That's only going to help you build business. Have no late payments. If you do all that and just show up and do the work, we're guaranteeing your level of success 3 times what you're putting in. That's all. Does that give you more confidence?
I mean, yeah.
100%, right? So
Yeah.
what else, what other concerns do you have? What fears do we currently have? What are we feeling right now?
Well, I noticed on when you're going through those pages, it was there was the fear of the weight of success. And I think I've always had that because I'm used to failing. I'm used to that. I've gone through most of my life, dealing with failing through things, but I've never really, I don't know what it's like to be on top of my game. I don't know what it's like to be in control of my life. You know what I mean? And so that's a weight that gives me anxiety. But I always, I heard this saying that anxiety is just excitement that you don't really understand. And so that's how I'm trying to look at it is I'm excited, but I don't know how to process the excitement.
Yeah, anxiety is really just extra balled up energy. It's really going to be dependent upon how we can use that, where we put that focus at. If we can use this anxiety and build it up toward taking massive action, it's only going to benefit us, right? But if we allow it to let us overthink and over research and constantly procrastinate, it's going to wreck us, right? So you've done a tremendous job the last couple of years, over the last 2.5 years, taking action. Taking action means making a quick decision. So when you make a quick decision, sometimes it's not always 100% fail proof, but it means you made the decision, we committed to that, right? And it just means we just make subtle changes as we go. So the individuals that make quick decisions, the best leaders make quick decisions, and they change their processes very rarely, if ever. Individuals that have that mediocre average mentality, they'll research forever, they'll overthink, which causes them not to take action, and they change their minds on a regular basis, right? So you have to take action based upon where you envision yourself toward you, your mom, your sister, your overall future family, versus not taking action based upon your current circumstances. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And from what I've gathered through our phone call together, man, you're a guy that decided to take some massive action, right? So you're proving to yourself, right? Because right now there's anxiety, there's a little bit of fear. I want you to think right now through your life, all the things that you overcome. And there's points where you're probably like, there's no way, fuck, I'm getting through this, right? So all those times you said, I'm not going to be able to get through this, you found a way, right?
Yeah.
And you did it on your own. You're actually going to have support, the right support, to make sure you do this the right way, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like I'm very confident in who you are becoming as a man, and like what you'll be impacting to other members of society. That money will just follow because you have the right heart posture. You're doing it for the right reasons. You had mentioned, the first thing that you had mentioned to me is, I want to do this more so to give more than what I get. Like that's what you had mentioned. That's extremely powerful, man. So now we need to harness that energy. You made a promise to yourself. You're making a promise to your family. Now it's about just capitalizing on that promise and making that next level action, because your brain is wired to do based off of habits in the past, right? So anything that feels uncomfortable, or what we've done in the past, if we maybe sabotage something that was going good, that's pretty natural and normal. Like, fuck, this is too good to be true. I got to get out of this thing, right? A lot of people do that in relationships. I'm gonna leave them before they leave me. It's getting too good, right? It's too good to be true. Yeah. Versus working through it and saying, you know what? I've got something fucking good here. I'm gonna fight for this shit. Like, I've came too far to go backwards. So it's more about taking a step forward every day. Some days you're gonna take 3 steps forward. You're going to take 1 or 2 steps back, but it's a slow progression. Think about it when you're training someone for lifting weights, right? It's called progressive overload. It's just small, subtle changes to move us to that next goal, right? Are you ready to make that progressive change?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I love it, man. Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
I don't. I think I scrolled through a couple of them, but I've been all over the place yesterday and today. So
no problem. I'm going to share two of them with you. They're going to be two different types of individuals. Okay. I think you're going to like this a lot. The first person I'm going to share with you is Charlotte. The reason why I'm sharing you Charlotte is she's an in-person trainer. You're a part-time in-person trainer. Okay. Charlotte was making about 40K a year. All right. She got with us after 6 months. She contracted over 200K. She's now a CEO making 70K a month. So she went balls to the wall, took hardcore action. She wanted to create an empire. And that's exactly what she did. She's what I'd call a 10%er. Okay. Now, opposite end of the spectrum, we've got Karina. Karina was making about 2K a month. Her goal was she just wanted to travel and spend more time with her family, okay, with her kiddos. First tattoo indicates when she started in LCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. After 6 months, she was averaging 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month, working 35 hours per week, traveling with her kiddos, living her best life. Okay. So she's essentially making over 130-some thousand a year, just working 35 hours a week. Okay. The reason I shared her is because I know family is extremely important to you. It's really important to Karina as well. Out of those two, who do you think you can most resonate with?
Sounds like Karina, just because the paycheck to paycheck, living off of what she has at the time and wanting to be there more for her family and provide more. That definitely sounds like me.
I love that, man. I'm going to share you just a couple things because I think this is going to inspire you. Okay, so I'm going to show you the student averages. 73% of our students sign their client in month one. On average, it takes them just 1 week to do so. So the individuals that sign their client in month one, by the end of month four, are averaging over 8K per month. Okay. Now, the individuals that don't sign their client in month one, but by the end of month four, are averaging 6,500. So just to be a basic, mediocre student, you could expect to make 6,500 to 8K per month. That's the average. Do you see yourself as an average individual?
No.
Fuck no. You already told me what you've overcome. There's no way you're average, right?
Exactly.
So that's a huge statistic for you, man. That is crazy. Now, this is the one that really made me think of you. On average, people are quitting their jobs in 10.6 weeks to go full-time on their online fitness business. You told me, fuck 9 to 5, fuck working for somebody else, fuck building someone else's dream. It's time to build my dream and my family's dream. This could be you in less than 90 days if you really put forth the effort. Okay. This is crazy. The students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. So those individuals that have 97 clients, they're averaging 366,000 per year. Okay, that's a lot of traveling. That's a great way to invest. That's a great way to pay back your mom and your sister for all they've done for you. That's a great way for you to become that provider that you mentioned that you wanted to be, right?
Yeah.
And now our students are grading the program a 4.5 out of 5 on average, which means they're getting massive results for their respectful businesses. Any questions on the averages?
Not really. I'm trying to take it all in. That's 73% of people get it within a month, and most of them do it within a week, and that's huge. That's a lot. And the people that go full time in just 10 and a half weeks, that's nuts. That's pretty nuts. I'm very, very excited.
You know these people that are killing it, they've all got 3 common traits. You want to know what those traits are?
Yeah.
They're committed, they're coachable, and they're consistent. Coachable means, hey, someone can tell me what I'm not doing, what I'm not executing. I don't get my feelings hurt. I just work hard and I execute it and make sure that I'm doing what they told me to do. I'm taking constructive criticism. Committed means, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it, right? There's going to be parts of your business where you're like, I do not want to do this today, but they're going to do it. They'll take that extra phone call. They'll train that extra client. They'll do all the necessary things to make sure they're aligned with their vision, right? Consistent means doing the things day in and day out. There is no off days when you're building a business, right? It means consistently doing the things you don't like to do with the same intention and passion for the things that you love. If you change your perspective, you say, you know what, fuck, I don't want a DM today, but I know this is going to bring me closer to that 10K per month. I'm going to do it like I love this fucking thing, right? How you do one thing is how you do all things, right? If you can learn to pick up the trash with gratitude because you're cleaning something up, you're making something look more appealing, you're just going to attract more people because people want to be around positive, optimistic motherfuckers, man. Everyone's got a sad story. No one wants to hear a pity party or constant bitching, right? Now, last cool statistic I'm going to show you. Remember I talked to you about that 3 times your investment guarantee?
Yeah.
We've helped over 3,000 students. Year to date, we've only had to return 1.6%.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's not a very common statistic for like refunds and having to give back and stuff. That's phenomenal.
That's because we're not a common program, right? There's going to be some programs that are really great at 1 or 2 specific niches. So when I say that, like maybe they're good at, let's say, marketing. What good is it to be good at marketing if you don't know how to sell, right? Someone else might be really good at, running ads. What good is it for you to run ads if you don't know the back end systems and how to actually nurture relationships? We do all that step by step. Now, in some companies, they'll have some program, then you have to go to another company for a sales coaching. We actually provide that at no additional cost. You have your own personal sales coach. You have that one-on-one mentor, right? That's huge. You know that. You know how important that is to have that one-on-one. When you went through sobriety, I'm sure you had someone that you called and talked to when you needed him, right? No difference here besides we have someone helping you along the way, holding your hand and make sure you're successful. Because when you invest in us, we have to be equally invested in you. All right. So this is kind of something you can take away with your trainers. Like, I won't take on anyone that just wants to come work out with me, right? Because at the end of the day, I need to make sure they're as committed to my program as I am committed to them. Because at the end of the day, their name is now attached to me, right? So if you go to the outside and say, hey, yeah, I'm training with Jeremy and you're not getting the results, you're making me look like an asshole. And I'm a really good trainer, right? Same thing here. I want to make sure we're in 100% alignment because you have a phenomenal story. I think you have the strong possibility to impact thousands of people, right? But if you're not committed to that, I don't want my name or NLCA's name associated with you if you're not going to put in the work. I want someone that's 100% on board. It's okay to have self-doubt. I'm not saying you can't have doubt. I just need you to be 90% sure and allow our coaches to get you over the other 10%. Do you feel like you're there? Do you feel like you're 100% committed to this?
Yeah.
I love it, man, because the next part that we're going to talk about, and you've been very open about it, is finances. What's this thing going to cost to get us in the door, right? I'm already telling you, we have different options for you. So we're going to have a payment plan. We'll have a paid in full option. Payment plan just means we pay the payment plan means we put down a down payment. We spread the rest out over a certain amount of terms. Okay. Paid in full just means we pay the whole thing up front. We save a significant amount of money. The great thing is, though, we have extended payment plans. We have financing options, so I can get you in the door. The only thing that I need your promise is that you're willing to get resourceful to make something work for you. Do I have that agreement with you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about this bad boy. All right. What's this thing going to cost us? Okay. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing, man. Yeah, there's a payment plan of $7,000, a paid full option of $6,200. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
I definitely have to do the payment plan because I bought a car for $500 and that I had to borrow money just for that. And so definitely the payment plan would be what I need to do. But if it takes me, 10 and a half weeks for people to be quitting their jobs, then it sounds like it wouldn't take that long for me to build up to where I could pay that off pretty quick.
very quickly. That's the whole point. All right. The whole goal is to be able to get this thing off. And the great thing is, majority of individuals do the payment plan. I don't know a whole lot of people that can do the paid in full, right? That's a shit ton of money. $7,000 is a shit ton of money, right? Anything over $500 is a fuck ton of money to me, right? Let's just be honest, okay? So let me ask you this. How good is our credit? Is it good, bad, great, awesome, shitty? What's it look like?
I haven't checked my credit, if I'm being honest. I have no idea what my credit is. I was for the 3 years I was doing tree work, I was only cash. I only got paid in cash, so I never really had much of a online or paper trail for a lot of stuff. And then my gym now pays me through Venmo. So I'm not 100% sure where my credit is.
No problem. So regardless, I've got something that'll work for you. You want to start with that one first, okay? And then we'll work our way up. Cool.
Okay.
So the first one is called Sweet Pay. What this allows us to do is we take that 7,000 and we spread it out over 12 months instead of just 4. Because if you were to just go through our payment plan with us, it'd just be over 4 payments, right? And if you broke that down evenly on a hypothetical, that's like $1,750 per month. And right now, with what you told me, I'm assuming that's probably a little bit too high for right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's why I'm kind of talking about Sweet Pay. What it allows us to do is we only have to put down 5%. So 5% of 7,000 is $350, plus a one-time service activation fee of $59. So your total amount on a hypothetical today would start out at $409. Okay. Your monthly payments wouldn't be due until the end of July. So that means your monthly payment would be equivalent to $597, which is you needing 2 clients per month minimum. Okay. Because I wouldn't want you charging below $250. I really don't want you even charging below $300. Charge $300 at least. If you have 2 clients, that's $600. You make that payment back. Now, the cool thing about this is if you pay it off before the 12 months, there's no penalty at all. Okay. It just allows you to get in the door and make some fucking impact and take action. Okay. Do you feel like that's something that we could commit to?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't have the cash right now. I'm pretty drained right now. But I want to get this as soon as possible. And so what time frame would we be able to look at to getting this started? Because I have.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, my computer.
Yeah, it's okay. I have because my 2 clients that I have right now, well, 3 clients that I have, I get about 90 a week from them. Because at the moment I'm just doing hourly sessions, so it's like $40 for singles and then 25 per person for multiples. And with the 3 clients I have left, it's $90 extra a week. And so it would take probably maybe a month for me to get all the down payment completely paid for. Just because I just bought a car, which was another kind of step up for me.
Yeah.
So it might take me a little bit to get that cash, but I want to do this.
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about ways to get resourceful. Okay. So one, we could ask, what about asking your mom or your sister just to front it? Would they be open to that?
I could definitely ask. I could ask. I don't know how willing they'd be. But I can ask. I can definitely just ask.
Yeah, the worst they can say is no, right? So
exactly.
I'm sure your mom and your sister probably know what you've already overcome, right? So if they're understanding and they've been pretty supportive up until this point, and you're saying, hey, mom, sister, I found something that can completely change my financial stability and provide you your money back within 4 to 6 months. Do you think they'd be opposed to you taking action if it's going to impact them as well? They're going to see their son and their brother thrive.
It might take a little convincing, but yeah.
Okay. The other thing that I could say, so asking family is one. Okay. So before I even do that, I'll send you over kind of like a condensed video of all this stuff so they can kind of see what exactly it entails. Okay. Another thing for parents to really be understanding of, we're approved through the Better Business Bureau. That's a huge deal for older adults, right? Better Business Bureau is like a report card for actual legitimate businesses. Okay. So that'll be important. Other thing, you could talk to your bank about a personal loan. So there's one individual that we used to have. She's a mindset coach now. She had negative $85 in her account. She ended up getting approved through a bank, and that's how she got started. Okay. So she got
I could go to the bank right after this meeting and go ask them, see if I could talk to them about that.
Yeah, you just say, hey, I'm looking for a personal loan. It's kind of, and so kind of go through that, what it looks like for them. And then you're just going to ask them, hey, now if you're going to ask them for a business loan, ask them for the paid in full amount. Don't ask for the 7,000. The paid in full amount would be 6,200, right? So that way we can save you $800. And then that way you'd be making monthly payments to your bank instead of us. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me just write this down.
Yeah.
6,200, and then the payment would be 7. And then what was the full amount for the down? Just depending on if I can't get 6,200.
Yeah. So then the amount down for like the sweet pay is the minimum down would be 409.
409.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So usually when you go for a bank, though, they'll either approve you for like a larger amount. The other thing that we can do is, do you have a PayPal account?
I don't have a PayPal account.
Okay. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and create one. Okay. So go to paypal.com/credit. Go to paypal.com/credit, and then you'll have to create one. It's like make a username, password, all that stuff. Okay.
PayPal.com/credit.
Yep.
Do I have to sign up and make an account first?
Make an account, so just like create like a username, password, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to make an account first.
Okay. Should I do personal or business?
You'll want to go personal.
Personal. Okay.
What's it saying?
It said it went. Now it's asking me to link a card.
No, so hold on. Before you do that, just go out like right now. You're just creating a PayPal account.
Okay. I made the account, and
you might. I don't think you should have to link card.
Okay. Let me just go back to credit, PayPal/credit, and then I'm logged in, so I can just hit apply now.
Yes, hit apply now, and then you're going to apply for a line of credit.
Okay. Credit. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, continue. After taxes. It says it wasn't approved.
No big deal. So I just want to kind of figure out what we got, what we get approved for and what we wouldn't. So no big deal at all. So our best option is going to be two options. Right now, talk to your bank once we get off the phone. Okay. Talk about that personalized loan. Second thing is too, if your bank says no, I tried the bank route first. Okay. So we don't have to ask your mom or sister at all if we don't have to. Okay. Second one is if that's a no-go, then ask your mom and sister, say, hey, I just need 409 down. Okay. Other thing is not the best option, but Uber Eats, selling personalized stuff, upping your, your rates, taking on more clients just to get that initial cash flow in.
I've actually, along the lines of doing this program, I put out an ad for, I made a little graphic design ad, and I was going to print it and then go fill out a bunch of copies, make a bunch of copies and put them around local businesses. Just kind of trying to get more in-person clients. So I can do that and try out the loan, whichever one will work out.
Yeah, I would try the loan because that's going to be easy yes or no for the bank. And that's helped a lot of individuals. I try that, and then you had mentioned sometimes the neighbors give you odd-end jobs. I'd ask them like, hey, what do you have available that you might need some extra work done, just so we can kind of get this thing rolling.
Definitely. Yeah.
So let's try that. And then end of the day, shoot me a text on if you have that conversation. I'll send you some condensed video so you can show your mom if it comes to that. Okay. I'll also show the guarantee so she sees it's not a scam. The only thing that you're going to be running into is when you're talking to parents, they're not, if you ask anyone else that doesn't have the same vision as you, their goal is to actually want to protect you. They want to make sure you're not getting scammed or whatever. So I can show them like the guarantees and all that stuff, which will help. But a lot of like older individuals, like my dad was the same way. He's like, online, nah, I don't see that as an actual thing, right? So we're just in a different time frame. So if you can kind of just frame it, kind of explain to them. But I'd try that route. And then at the end of the day, just shoot me a text, like kind of where we're at with what the bank said. And I'd go there like right now after our call, kind of see what they say. And then and then from there, we can just, like I said, if we can just figure out, maybe selling a couple stuff that you don't need anymore, or odd jobs, or just picking up a couple Uber shifts, whatever you got to do just to get that money in. Let's make it happen. Cool.
Yeah. That sounds awesome.
I'm going to send you over a mindset mini course. That's going to be crucial. Okay. Make sure we're in a good spot. Once we knock that out, me and you, regardless of what happens, me and you are going to stay in contact, man. We're going to make this thing happen for you. I'm going to make a way to happen. I'm going to work on some back end things in the meantime. I want to be able to help you, man. I think you have a phenomenal story. I'm really proud of you as an individual.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
What you've overcome. I can see this is really important for you, man. I think you're going to be great. Yeah, 100%. So let's keep in touch. I'll send you over that stuff. Shoot me a text by the end of the day. And then from there, I'll kind of have a better indication on where we need to go from there. Cool?
Okay, awesome.
All right, my man. That number that I text you from is my specific number. If you have any questions or concerns, shoot me a text. Cool?
Cool. Thank you so much.
You got it, man. Have a phenomenal day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, brother.